Here we are. Here we are. The Big Time Show podcast live here on Facebook, live here on YouTube, live here on Facebook, and of course on Twitch and on the home base of the podcast show, which is, of course, Podbean. Good afternoon to everybody that is watching with me. I asked before we even get started that you would share to a group or share to people or share on your personal page. If you don't mind helping your boy out, it's not a requirement, but it would be nice, to have people. Hello to those that have entered into Podbean. What is going on today? This is a great day. This is I guess I might as well start out happy Juneteenth to all of you. Uh, I might as well go and start out with a bang, whether you like it or not. Happy Juneteenth. Hey, hey, you either fit in one of those categories. This is a something worth celebrating. It's nothing new to those who have always celebrated this day at all. But for those that are catching up, I guess have no choice but to catch up now. Happy Juneteenth to you on today. Most of you were off work on yesterday. And if you weren't off work, I don't know. May have to find out what's going on. Just in case you don't know, it's a national holiday now to be off. For this country to celebrate this day. And usually with a national holiday, that usually means that you're off work. So if you didn't get off work this year, no, he's not here today, Mike. Hey, Mike, I see you, man. No. Not today. Not today. Not today. He's not here with us today. So I think it's probably best that way. Yeah, happy Juneteenth. Hello, Miss Ty. Hey, I cannot see who else that is there or whoever entered in because I can't read it. That's because I got it so small. But to those that are on Podbean, hello and welcome to you. Listen, I would not be long today. I have a lot of stuff that I have to do, but I want to bring you guys. There go Miss Ty saying Happy Juneteenth to those that are watching, and we'll watch a little bit later on. Hey, it's a great day. It is. It is a great day. And I could turn it, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. It's just that I just say it like this. Look, if you have a problem with Juneteenth, go ahead and get over it because it's here to stay. It's in the books now. So if you have a problem with Juneteenth, you may have to talk to God about that and ask Him to work on what's up, Chris. I see you, man. Yeah, if you have a problem with Juneteenth, first of all, you need to identify why you have a problem with it, and you have to be honest with yourself. Why do you have a problem with it? And if you have a problem with it, ask God to help you because it's in the books now. It ain't going nowhere. It's a national holiday, and if you have a problem with that, then you just might be the problem. I'll leave that alone because this is not a political podcast, at least on today. This is a sports podcast, so I'm just going to leave that alone. But happy Juneteenth to everybody that is willing to celebrate it. And if not, just enjoy your day off that you received on yesterday and catch up. You'll be all right. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It will. I promise you. Just calm down. June 20th, it will be here tomorrow. So you ain't got to worry about June 19th no more. See what I'm saying? See how quick that turn? Calm down. Don't lose your job, over some of your comments, that, I'm just trying to help somebody, don't lose your job. Don't have it on record on Facebook showing that you You have a real problem with this celebration. What's up, kid? What's up, conscious? Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, don't lose your job. Keep all your but keep all your comments to your negative comments. What's up, man? Yeah, hey, exactly. Hey, my brother Miller, what's going on with that? Hey, happy Father's Day to every father that is watching me now or who will be watching this a little bit later on. Happy Father's Day to everyone that will be listening on Podbean, or if you're live with me now, wherever you're listening to this on all the various ways that you can listen to it. Happy Father's Day here from the Big Time Show podcast and me. This is a great weekend. Just setting up to be a pretty good weekend. Brothers, don't be looking for nothing like, roses like the mothers got. Be happy with your t-shirts and underwear and and some socks and just be happy. Don't. It's never gonna be like Mother's Day, so don't. You ain't getting no car for Father's Day, okay? You're not getting no car. Just be happy. Be happy with a handshake. You know what I'm saying? Be happy with a hug. At least you got it. You know what I'm saying? Be happy. Don't think you finna get the red carpet treatment like the mothers get. It's not gonna happen, okay? Just be cool. Y'all didn't come here for all that. Let's talk real quick. I got a lot of stuff that I have to do, and I don't think I'm gonna be long today unless y'all start talking to me and keep me here. I want to talk about two things, and that's it today. Two things. I titled this show Politics. And the reason why I titled it Politics, and let me set up what I've seen over the years, and until I see something different, I'm kind of leaning this way. I've seen a lot of good players did not get the opportunity to play because of loyalty, which in essence is politics. I throw up two names, recent names. One was Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson, what y'all saw him do last year was what we were seeing him do in preseason when he first got here, preseason in his rookie year. If you remember in preseason, he led the team in interceptions. He was a ball hawk then. He came in from Texas A&M as a hitter and a ball hawk, which is rare for a safety who can do two things that exceptional. He can knock your head off, and then he can also go get the football. That's a perfect safety. It took us 3 years before we finally put him on the field because we were loyal to Xavier Woods. We were loyal to Jeff Heath, all those guys. And I'm not saying, Jeff Heath shouldn't have started. I'm not saying that at all. It's just that when Donovan Wilson was on the field, as we saw last year, it makes a difference. You can see a difference on the defense when he plays. But it took us 3 years. You were seeing it in practice all the time, but politics kept him off the football field. Second name, Blake Jarwin. I'm not talking about last year when he was hurt. By the time the last couple of years, everybody knew that Blake Jarwin was a bigger threat on the field more than Jason Witten was. And I realize Jason Witten is a Hall of Famer. I realize he's Mr. Cowboy. I realize that he says the right thing. I realize he did all the right things. I realize he has a halo over his head. I realize that he walks and roses fall at his feet as he walks. I understand all that. I understand. I realize that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I realize he's going to be in the Cowboys Ring of Honor. I get all that. But at some point, you got to say, okay, you're not what you used to be. And you're holding down this young man behind you who's actually a real threat and can really make a difference down the field. But because of politics and loyalty, Blake Jarwin sparingly got on the field. Jason Witten was able to go on the field whenever he wanted to go. It wasn't no question about that. He went if he wanted to play 3 straight downs, he did it. Whenever he wanted to take a rest, he did it. Whenever he wanted to go back on the field after the rest, he did it. Nobody could say nothing to Jason Witten. They gave him the benefit of the doubt. But they kind of choked the process and the growth of guys that were behind him. Jason Witten presence not only shut down Blake Jarwin's presence, but let's just be honest, it had to break down and choke out Dalton Schultz. It had to slow him down considerably. And if it wasn't for Blake getting hurt last year, we wouldn't know nothing about Schultz now. But Schultz didn't hit the field when Witten was there and Blake was there. Those were your 2 tight ends. But we done found out that Schultz can actually play. We know he can play. Matter of fact, he's a threat. But politics kept it out. Now I'm gonna flip something now because I see something developing, and it's gonna make some of y'all mad because it is what it is. Here's my question to you guys that are listening, Podbean and everywhere else. Here's my question: what happens if are we really dedicated to putting out the 11 best players on both offense and defense? That's my real question. If we're not willing to do that, then this team didn't learn from their mistakes. And when it comes to loyalty, there is no better loyal group than Stephen and Jerry Jones. I would add, exactly, Donald, you're absolutely right. I forgot about Escobar. I mean, we still don't know nothing about Escobar because he never got the chance because Wooden, hogged up the tight end position. He wouldn't give the other guys a chance. You're absolutely right about that, Donald. We don't know it. I want to throw in Jason Garrett to that too because he was loyal too, extremely loyal to his guys, and his guys primarily were, of course, Tony, Romo, and Jason, and pretty much Jason Witten. He was loyal to others too, but those two were, automatic, and rightfully so. They earned their right to be there. But when you know that it's a threat, a real threat that's better than the threat is there, I mean, what you gonna keep? Jason Witten caught the ball. Yes, he did. Great possession receiver, but we all know when Jason Witten caught the ball, he fell straight down. I mean, there was no run after the catch. There was no moves. His athleticism, pretty much has been gone. He caught the ball. He always found a way to get open. I mean, that's an asset within itself. I give Jason Witten the credit. I'm not trying to knock his skill set down, but Blake Jarwin was more of a threat down the field. He can get open, everything else, and he should have had more time. I'm not saying he should have started. I'm just saying he should have had more time than what he was getting on the field. I see something developing already as we get ready to go to training camp. Again, my question is, are we dedicated to putting the best 11 guys out on both sides of the ball? That's my question. Because we got something developing here that I think is worth thinking about and looking at. And that is at a spot where we've been begging for. That's the cornerback position. We all know who we wanted. We wanted J.C. Horn. We wanted Patrick Surtain. It was one of the two. It was one of those two. We ended up with Kelvin Joseph, however, in the second round. Boss man fat, however which way you want to identify him. There's something that we got to pay attention to because it sounds familiar. Nahshon Wright. By now, if you're a Cowboy fan and have been paying attention to what's been going on at OTAs and listening to all of what all the the pundits and all the analysts of Cowboy Nation are saying, you don't hear nobody saying anything negative about Nashawn Wright. In actuality, what you're hearing is the total opposite from everybody. Everybody is saying this kid is playing his butt off. He's picking the ball off. They're talking about his measurables again, how he's 6'4" and he runs a 4.40. And everybody is saying, hey, this kid is playing football. Excuse me, I didn't get my water, so y'all like my 88, right? Y'all like my 88, there it is. Everybody, you can't find nobody that have said he is not shined in the OTAs. Nobody has said that. Nobody has said that this kid is a bust. Nobody has said he's horrible. Matter of fact, everybody is pretty much saying this kid looks like Richard Sherman. Tall, rangy, lanky, around the football, makes plays on the ball. This is what you've been hearing. He's a rookie, 3rd-round pick from Oregon State. Everybody is saying the same things about Nashawn. I haven't heard anything negative about him. Now, when we drafted Nashawn, everybody said that's a reach. That's what most of everybody said. He's a reach. Cowboy fans said he's a reach. I personally can't really talk about it because I didn't know too much about him other than looking at some film. And, of course, the film shows that, he's pretty good. But he just wasn't held in that high regards like a J.C. Horn, like a Patrick Surtain, like even Caleb Fairley, or even you heard Asante Samuel Jr. before you heard Nashawn Wright. You heard you heard Kelvin Joseph before you heard Nashawn Wright. So, I mean, Nashawn Wright was not a household name to the point that when he was picked in the 3rd round, everybody say, wait a minute now, who-wee? Y'all reaching on that. But so far, the kid has done more than impress people. He has put himself in position where a lot of people believe that he should be considered a day one starter. I mean, what a difference. When we drafted him, they said we're reaching, and now the whole story has changed to say he should be a day one starter. Well, we already know Diggs is starting, so the other starting cornerback is pretty much wide open, or at least we think it is. And we had kind of plans on really what we want, but Nashawn Wright has kind of put some drama into this equation by his play, which is great. However, what that does, is put somebody else in question, which is Kelvin Joseph, who mostly everybody says we drafted him to be our day one starter. In comparison to what we have in Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis is probably just a little bit too short to play corner, even though he is a playmaker. But he does his most damage in the slot, blitzing and covering. That's what Jordan Lewis is probably the most dangerous as a football player. And so Boss Man Fett, a lot of people immediately say, we don't care what go on. Put him out there day one. He's ready to play. However, if you don't know, this is what happened. And I'm going to put this up for you. The problem with Kelvin is that Kelvin got sick. And because he got sick, he was in COVID protocol. He had to be quarantined, and he did not practice which is the reason why Nashawn got a lot of the reps that he was getting. He missed just about all the OTAs. I'm talking about Kelvin Joseph. However, this is the part some of you do not know, and some of you do know. And it kind of opened my eyes a little bit. Here it is. I hope that you can see that. In just in case you cannot read it, this came from Dallas Cowboys Nation. Forgive me for forgetting the guy's name. I don't want to miscall a name. But let me read it to you. It says Kelvin Joseph. He said, things have not gone well for the second round pick, who was not in the best shape when he reported for rookie minicamp and then missed much of the OTAs while in COVID quarantine. He has a lot of catching up to do in training camp. Hopefully, the rookie school Mike McCarthy is holding this week will help him. Still, there are certain warning signs that concern us. They even made a comp, and the comp was Tristan Hill. Say Joseph will be low on the depth chart to start the season and will probably not climb it much. The best outcome will likely be for him to blossom in his second year the way Hill was before the injury of his 2020 season short. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. We didn't draft Kelvin Joseph for this scouting report. Now I realize that, that's someone's opinion, but obviously they were there at OTAs, and they most notably knowing that Joseph was not on the field. That's just the truth. He was not on the field. So there's nothing really to report. But that part there kind of messed with me a little bit, y'all. I got to admit to you. He came out of shape. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Now the dude ain't, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I think this brother knows. I would think that whoever reported this knows probably a little bit more than I do because they were there. And number two, I'm quite sure that they're getting their information from someone that's on the inside. And for him to say that Kelvin Joseph came to training camp out of shape, what? First of all, you haven't signed your contract yet. Okay? You haven't signed your contract. Number two, you know that there's a starting position that's probably open, competition at least. Number three, you're a rookie. You know that you got to go ahead and put your foot in the ground, to really even be considered for all this. And you come to training camp out of shape. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? And then, I don't know, COVID, you can get it from anywhere, but, I'm not even going to accuse him of because I don't know. I'm just saying there are certain things that we can do as individuals that at least can help us in not obtaining the coronavirus. Now, I'm not saying he did. I'm just throwing that out there. They tell you to wear your mask. They tell you to wash your hands and sanitize your hands and maintain social distancing, etc., etc. And I don't know. I don't know if Kelvin, boss man, Fat was practicing all this. But I do know this: he was in quarantine. That part I do know. He was in quarantine, and he missed out on some very valuable time. In the process, Nashawn Wright took full advantage, as he should, of a situation that he probably didn't think was going to occur for him. But what happened was, during that process, folks done found out that he can flat out play. And if everybody's so impressed, and if this what you're looking at is true, saying that he gonna be low on the depth chart, well, that means that Nashawn Wright has to be up on the depth chart. And I understand that here's the caveat, I guess. The thing is this. Hey, Jay, man, good to see you. Here's the thing. I guess Boss Man Fat has the opportunity to get it back together since they ain't see him on the field. Well, that lets me know that they still don't know what he can do yet. So he has an opportunity. He has an opportunity to, I guess, come back from all this. But what about Nashawn, who already has a nice head start on him? That everybody, so far from what I've heard or read, everybody is incredibly impressed with Nashawn Wright. Now, training camp is going to be big time for these two because look who they going against every day in practice. See, I've said this many times before, we're going to find out real quick about who can play cornerback or not. Because if you're going against Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup every day in practice, you're going to find out very quickly who can play and who can't. That's the only thing Boss Man Fat has going for him, is that he gets a chance to prove it on the field, but he doesn't have a good head start. This is my question. Are we going to play the best 11? Because right now, they are marveling at Nashawn Wright. Nashawn Wright is actually the kind of cornerback that Dan Quinn loves. Tall, lanky, and rangy, and can move. That's Nashawn Wright. Everybody's saying Richard Sherman all over again. That's what everybody's saying. That's the kind of cornerbacks he likes. 6 foot high, 6 foot and up. That can move. That's what Nashawn Wright is. And if this statement that you're looking at on the screen is true, then is loyalty gonna get involved? See, I'm telling y'all this, and I don't know how y'all feel about it. I could care less where Boss Man got picked up. I could care less if he was a first round draft pick. If he's not the best person to put on the field, he could just be a first round draft pick sitting on the bench. That's the way I look at it. I could care less. I want the best on the field. I don't have time no more for experiments. I don't have time for it. It's been 20, 25, 26 years now. I'm tired. I'm ready. It's time to win now. The window is not large for us, contrary to a lot of people think. We don't have this much large of a window left. The linemen, our offensive linemen are getting older, even though they're great in name. Tyron Smith is going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Zach Martin is going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, those they going, no question. But they're older now. It's almost kind of like looking at yourself in the mirror saying, man, 30 years ago, I had a six pack. And now you look like your stomach look like a Gatorade bottle, shaped like a Gatorade bottle now. See what I'm saying? We focus on what used to be. Tyron Smith used to be dominant. Zach Martin still dominant, but it's coming on down now. Zeke Elliott does not have that same burst that he had when he came to Ohio State. Done took too much punishment. He just a tad bit slower. I'm not saying he's not good. He's just not as explosive as he was. He just not. That's what a lot of collisions would do to your body. So I'm all for putting the best 11 out there. If Nahshon Wright is one of the best 11, I'm hoping that we don't let politics, the same way it happened with Witten and Jarwin, the same way it happened with Donovan Wilson, Xavier Woods, and Jeff Heath. What Donovan had to wait 3 years to do what he did last year, could have been doing it all the time. Because that's all he's shown. Since even when he was a rookie. That's all Donovan has shown. And politics have killed this team. Politics kept on another way. Everybody know Connor Williams wasn't playing right. But you had Sulafulo. You had Connor McGovern, who were obviously moving people out of the way. What the Cowboys do? No, we're gonna be loyal and we're gonna stick with Connor Williams. He's just growing. Yeah, but he getting his tail tore up every Sunday. Sulafulo was knocking folks out. Y'all remember that? Put the best people on the field. If you want to win, this is not experiment night. This is not showtime at the Apollo. This is not the time. This is game by game trying to accomplish something. We don't have time for this. Mike Evans, Sean Lee, another one. See what I'm saying? We don't have time for this. So I'm all for Nahshon Wright. If Nahshon Wright is better than Kelvin Joseph, I don't care when he was drafted. I don't care. If Kelvin Joseph it's real simple. If he is not better than Nahshon Wright, he shouldn't be starting. It's really just as simple to me. I can care less about the politics. I can care less about it. If he's not better than Nahshon Wright, he should not be starting. I'm not saying he's going to get his playing time, but put the best 11 out there. They both rookies. One just a little taller than the other one. I mean, both of them rookies. Both of them gonna make some rookie mistakes, just like Diggs did. But I until I see something different, y'all. Now, I appreciate all y'all optimists that's in this, for those that are gonna watch this later on. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Thank you, Jay. See, right here. Look what Jay Jackson said. For those that remember, look what he said. Look at that. I'm sorry, on Podbean. I have a comment. Mr. Jay Jackson on Facebook says, "Big dog, we did experiment too much." He said, especially at corner. Awuzie should have never been at corner. He was a nickel at Colorado. Played safety too. It's just like, the Cowboys, we experiment too much, just like Connor Williams. Connor Williams never played guard at Texas. Connor Williams was a first-team All-American tackle at Texas. Tackle. He never played guard. What the Cowboys do soon we get him? We're going to switch you to guard. What? See what I'm saying? Now if Connor Williams had flex, in college, then I wouldn't have said nothing. But he played tackle. Some of y'all saying, well, wasn't Zach Martin? Wasn't he a tackle too? He was. But in Notre Dame, Zach Martin played guard and tackle. There was some couple times when he even played center. In other words, he had flex. Connor Williams didn't have no flex. But they stuck him back up. We don't have time, man, for experimenting. They experiment with LVE. LVE is a weak side linebacker. He played it in college. He played it his first year in Dallas. Why in the world y'all moving him to the middle? He ain't built to take no beating in the middle as a middle linebacker. Why are we experimenting? You're not getting the best out of a player by switching him all around the place. You know, come on now. I just don't get it. Let's put the best, we experiment now. A lot of y'all are going completely cuckoo over Canoe Neal, going to linebacker. He ain't never played no linebacker. He's a safety. I don't. Well, wait a minute. He played in the box. He played in the box as a safety. Huh? Hey, Kush, I see you, brother. Listen, he played in the box as a safety. There's a difference between playing safety and linebacker. I don't know if Neal can take on a 350-pound guard or 60-pound. I don't know if he can bounce off a safety. If he playing safety, that tell me, number one, he's a little bit too small to be playing linebacker. Yeah, he got quickness over him, but my goodness. There's a reason why he plays safety other than linebacker. And everybody going crazy over Neal. I'm like, well, he going to play linebacker. He was a Pro Bowler at safety in Atlanta. Oh, excuse me, Pro Bowl at a position, and you want to move him out of the position and move him to a position he's never played when you already got linebackers who you drafted? You drafted Cox. You drafted Parsons. Well, right there, you got LVE, Jalen Smith, Parsons, and Cox. They're your 4 linebackers right there. Why Neal? I mean, this just me. I'm not saying Neal can't do it. I haven't seen it yet, though. I can't give him credit for something I haven't never seen. But I do know he can play safety. We have game film with him playing safety. We have game film that proves he's a Pro Bowl safety. We've been begging for the safety position. Let's see how crazy that is. We've been begging for the safety position all the time. You have a Pro Bowl safety on your roster, and you want to switch him to linebacker. What kind of, I'm just, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's something I'm missing here. Maybe some things, as I always have learned, some things that should be common sense. It's not common sense. Ain't common. That's what grandmama used to say. Common sense is not common. I mean, let me say it again. Maybe y'all will catch it, and maybe y'all know something I don't know. I'm not knocking you if you don't catch it. Now I'm just saying we've been begging for safety all the time, and we have in Donovan Wilson a kid that can play both safety positions. Keep that in mind. Neal is a strong safety. Donovan can play both. Y'all help me. Don't it just make sense to me to put the 2 best safeties out there? Then why don't you put Donovan at free and then put Neal at strong? I mean, is that? I mean, y'all. But instead, they want to sign a safety, a Pro Bowl safety too. I mean, and the first thing come out their mouth, they're saying, we're gonna put him at linebacker, a position he's never played. Don't know the technique of a linebacker. You just don't put a guy in. That stuff might work in Pop Warner in high school. There are nuances for the position that you have to learn. And you if you ain't never played it before, why are we putting it on? I mean, what? What? I just don't understand it. So I'm hoping, if I have it my way, I'm putting Neal as strong safety and moving Donovan to free safety. I got my two best corners. Give me Diggs on another cornerback over there. The other cornerback will just have to wash itself out. Whoever looks good against Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup the best, that's probably who should start on the other side. Now, whoever that is, and yes, whether that's Anthony Brown, whether that's Bossman Fat, or whether that's Nashawn Wright, whichever one looks better in training camp, that's who should be the other one. There it is. Jay Jackson brought out another name, a person that we still ain't seen on the field yet. Reggie Robinson. Reggie Robinson was an All-American at Tulsa. At corner. Why they tried to move him to safety? And then check it out. I guess they figured it wasn't going to work. Now they moved him back to corner. I mean, you're stunning the growth. Because see, all the time he was there until they made the move, he was learning the safety position. You're stunning the growth. Now you got to go all the way back, start over again. And now I'm trying to learn how to play. I ain't going to say learn how to play, but focus in on corner again. When you done already, since you had him, try to be a safety. So the kid done tried to learn safety for a whole year. Then you say, well, no. And who knows, he could have got better in his second year of safety. But no, we're going to go and put you back to corner. Well, he ain't played that. He ain't played that in a year. So now he's way down on the list for corner. Come on, y'all. See, this kind of stuff I'm talking about. This kind of stuff you got to pay attention to. I'm hoping, y'all, that this is not the case. I'm hoping it's not the case. But when I saw that thing about, the Cowboys are dedicated to trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. If they drafted you in the second round, just like Connor Williams, they are dedicated to make sure that they're going to shove that person down your throat to make sure that they were right. And if that means somebody got to get destroyed for a year or two, like Connor Williams has, then they're going to do it. I hope that's not the case. We getting a little bit too, I think, who said that earlier? I thought I just saw that. Somebody said that. I want to be accurate when I said that. Was that E. Cush that said that? Yeah, right here. Look what E. Cush says. E. Cush says, sound like they are still trying to get cute. Sound like the game's aren't over yet. Exactly my point. They're trying to get too finesse, too cute, instead of just saying, look, the competition is open. We're going to put our two best safety. Now, if Donovan Wilson, all he knew how to play was strong safety, I wouldn't even said that. But Donovan can play both. The common sense thing would be to put Neal as strong safety. That's what he's played. That's what he played with Quinn in Atlanta. He already knows the system. He knows the system as a safety. He don't know the system as a linebacker. He just learning the position. He's never played linebacker in this league. It sound like Pollard. It sound like, all right, Jay. Exactly. Y'all see what Jay just said there? He said you're hiring plumbers to do roofing. In other words, you putting a person in a position that don't know what the other position is. You experimenting. I don't get it. Now, of course, I may just be wasting my time talking about this because it could very well do and it could very well be what I'm saying now. But as of now, I'm still seeing the same Jason Garrett type influences still on this team. I don't care how well Neal can hit. He did all the hitting from the safety position. It's a difference when you got a tight end trying to block you or a slot receiver trying to block you than to have a 330 some odd pound guard or tackle coming after you. It's a difference. That's what he gonna get when he playing linebacker. I don't know if he can shed blocks. I don't know if he's strong enough to maintain the block. I mean to get the block off of him. I don't know if he gonna fall immediately if a big guy put their hat on him like that. I don't know. I can go back and look at the tape in Atlanta though and see what happened when they tried to do that. When the receiver tried to when the receiver tried to block him or tight end tried to block him, I can go back and look at that. I got evidence. I don't know anything about this linebacker stuff. You know, I don't know. Let that man do what he made a Pro Bowl for. That's what got him his money. He's a Pro Bowl safety. It's just common sense to me. Now I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that's the way I feel. Uh, Last thing I want to talk about. Let me go ahead and put this in real quick since you're here. I didn't do this earlier. Y'all forgive me for typing. What y'all feel about it while I'm typing this? What y'all feel about it? Am I off here, or do y'all somewhat agree with me? You ain't got to agree with me all the way, but do you understand? I guess with the approach of what I'm saying, this is all happening because of Boss Man Fat. Listen, let me put this in for you. If you want to become a patron of the show or a premium member, I just put that chat there that you see, the big time show.supercast.tech. You can press that. And you can become, if you want to support the show and support me and my little adventure here, I would appreciate it if you do that. Just hit that and you follow the instructions, and hopefully you would join in on the fun. If you're on Podbean, you have that button that's there that says become a patron. All you have to do is hit that button there and take it from there. You can also do the golden beans that you see there, or gift or whatever, and I would appreciate it. Thank you, Jay. Bro Jay said I'm on the money. I told you, me and Jay, who I just met last show, I guess, I see right now he think like I do. So, I'm always need for some help. But that's what I'm thinking. So until I see something different, then I see is a little frustration that's getting ready to happen. And it don't mean that we necessarily gonna play bad. I'm just saying, when it comes to other teams, other organizations, they remove the controversy out of the way by saying these are the best 11 on the team for this unit, for this defensive unit or this offensive unit. These are the best 11. We putting the best 11 out there. We're not going to let politics get in the way. We're not going to get fan favorites in the way. We're not going to get the coach's pet in the way, all that kind of stuff. We're going to put the best 11 players on the field. We haven't done that. We haven't done it. Mike McCarthy started showing some glimpses of it because they finally let Donovan play. They finally let Donovan Wilson play. And let me throw this in. I know this is going to miss some of y'all. Let me throw this in. Is Donovan Wilson going to get caught up in these politics also? Because you do remember they signed KZ also. They got as a free agent. The other safety. that Dan Quinn knows. They brought him in. Is Donovan Wilson gonna get caught up? Huh? I mean, I think Donovan Wilson shouldn't even be a question about Donovan Wilson. I think Donovan Wilson is your day one starter. He should be. But they brought in KZ. They brought in two safeties, Neal and KZ. KZ is a starter. Started with Detroit. Why you gonna bring in a guy like that to? I mean, what? I don't get it. Cause see, Neal starting and linebacker just don't sound right to me. You got Jalen, you got LVE. I'm saying I realize one of them get hurt, but let them get hurt first. But if they're not hurt, your starting linebackers this year are Jalen Smith, LVE, and Michael Parsons. Everybody know that. So where's Neal gonna start anyway? You brought Neal in to be a bench, a rotational guy when he's a Pro Bowl safety. You bringing him in to be a rotational linebacker? That just don't even make sense to me. It really don't. And maybe they're just fooling people. Maybe that is the case. Maybe he is going to safety. They're just not saying it. Maybe that is the case. If they were smart, that's what they ought to do. So I got an issue. With that. Jay says Jerry Jones is a problem. Y'all see what Jay said. He said Jerry is meddling all the time. Which we all know that has a lot of truth to it. Ain't no doubt about that. I just want we're not gonna know this, okay? And don't get fooled by a lot of rotation stuff. We're really not gonna know all this until Tampa Bay. We ain't gonna know this during. We'll know something about the cornerback position. We will know something about the cornerback position before then. As far as who the other starter is going to be, we'll know something well before then. This linebacker issue, I think, is set in stone already. Parsons, Jalen Smith, and LVE. I mean, that's just common sense. Yeah. My frat brother, Newt Howard Carter said they didn't think Parsons would be there in the draft. Now they have a problem at linebacker, which, of course, their heart was set on cornerback. We all know that. Michael Parsons just so happened to be exactly what my frat said. He was just there. You couldn't pass him up. He was there. He's the best defensive player in the draft. We were locked in on corner. 100%. Locked. J.C. Horn, whoever came out the Ritz, whether it was Horn or Surtain, that's all. Everybody had us picking one of the two, and both of them were gone. So we had to re-strategize this thing. And we picked up Parsons. Now, as he said, now you ain't got no choice. He got to play. Jay said we don't get this secondary together, Bright might light us up. Real talk. Well, he gonna go after whoever that other person is, whether it's whoever the other corner is. I mean, I already know this was gonna happen. I mean, if I was offensive coordinator, I'd do it too. He's gonna go after that second cornerback. Whether that's Anthony Brown, whether that's Boss Man Fat or Kelvin Joseph, or whether that's Nashawn Wright. Brady, look. Jay, look. Brady has played for 20 years, okay? He's seen the best. Please understand, he ain't scared of nobody. This man done played against Charles Woodson. He was going against Gilmore at New England. He was going against Ed Reed. He was going against all these guys in the Hall. Some of these guys in the Hall of Fame now. He done seen them all. He ain't scared of none of that. And he gonna test you. So you're right. Brady gonna light you up anyway. Only way Brady don't light you up, let you put him on his back. That front four, everybody know. If you got a nasty front four, you can disrupt Brady. If you don't have a nasty front four, Brady's gonna put up 300 plus yards against you. That ain't nothing new. Everybody know that. Yeah, exactly, Jay. Yeah, Palomalo going to Hall of Fame next this year. I mean, look who Brady is win against. So he's seen every defense, every defense, every defense. His win against multiple Hall of Famers. This man went against the Baltimore Raven defense every year. Do I even have to go through the names that were playing on Baltimore's defense? Y'all know who was on them. I mean, come on now. He was going against the Indianapolis Colts back when Peyton Manning was lighting it up with them. That defense was nice. I mean, come on. Nothing scares Brady. Nothing. When you throw a fresh young rookie out there, oh my God. So we're going to find out. My hope is, Jay, is that Boss Man Fat, Nashawn Wright, and Anthony Brown, because it's going to be one of those three, get their brains kicked in during training camp and continue and get better in training camp. Because if you're going against Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup, when you start coming to going against the games, the real games, well, you already done played against some of the best in practice. So the game is going to be kind of like lightweight. Now the test for Tampa is going to be Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Goodwin, Scotty Miller, Grunt. You know, those are great names. We talking about Pro Bowl receivers. But you already went against Pro Bowlers in practice. So you're going to be caught up to speed a little bit. You see what I'm saying? That's the only hope I get. I hope Boss Man Fat get destroyed in practice. And just get better. I hope Cooper and Lamb put something on them so we can find out who can play and who can't play. That's what I want. I want to know, can he play? If he can't play, send him on the bench. And if none of them can play, then it's time to go and get Richard Sherman. I'm just saying. Or go and make the trade for Gilmore since it seems like New England want to get rid of Gilmore. Go and get into Gilmore. It's simple. We should find out in the first few weeks. I already don't trust Andy Brown. I know I wish he was gone. The question is Nashawn Wright and Boss Man Fat. That's the questions. Now, let me go on and say this, and then I'll leave you guys alone. Appreciate y'all hanging with me. Mike McCarthy is doing what he wanted to do last year. COVID messed him up. This rookie school thing that he's talking about, where the rookies had to stay over and learn, go over terminology and chalkboard work and all that kind of stuff. That's needed. Kelvin Joseph should be on the front row, front and center. Since he couldn't practice, since he couldn't get quarantined, since he had to be quarantined, the least he could do is be making, if this was a classroom, then he should be making an A in the classroom. I mean, you got to shine somewhere. All they're doing is calling out plays. Where you supposed to be at? What's your responsibility of that play? If we check out of this play and call this defense, well, do you know where to go? Can you adjust on the fly? Do you understand the terminology? Do you understand the call? Can you think quick? This is what that rookie school is for. I love it. I love it. I hope that all the rookies are taking advantage of it, but especially Boss Man Fat, because he's behind. Why? He couldn't even come to the facility. Now, I don't know if he was able to do things virtually from his house or whatever. I would think so. But I mean, I don't know. I can't verify that. I'm just saying I would think so, but he needs all the work he can get because he's behind. Again, if you didn't see what I put out earlier, here's a situation with Boss Man Fat. This came from Cowboy Nation. Let's see what it says again. There it is. There's the description of Kelvin Joseph. That he was not in shape, number one, coming into OTAs, which is another whole issue within itself, as I said earlier. And then he says he had a lot of catching up to do. He was quarantined. And they saying that he's going to be low on the depth chart because he's behind, because everybody else has played. They have an idea about Nashawn Wright already. They've seen him. They ain't seen nothing from Kelvin Joseph. So he has to come in immediately hitting home runs. Kelvin Joseph has to come in clowning right from the start in order to climb up the depth chart. He's behind. He's behind. I mean, right now, he's got it. I mean, on the depth chart, my God. I mean, Kelvin Joseph has to be, what, 6 maybe? I'm serious. Let's go down the list. Diggs, your corner. Anthony Brown, Nashawn Wright. I'm going to say Reggie Robinson because he's been on the field. Jordan Lewis before that. That's 5 right there. 5. He's got to be 6 on the depth chart. And when you're on 6 on the depth chart, guess what happened? You're getting real close to making that practice squad team. I'm not saying Kelvin Joseph going to be that. I would think that he's going to make the game day roster. But right now, he's got to be listed as 6 on the depth chart. You can't be on the depth chart unless if you've been in the league a while, you don't have to practice. They already know what you bring to the table. They don't know nothing about Boss Man Fat. They still stuck with Boss Man Fat the way they were when he got drafted. They know he came from Kentucky. They know he played cornerback. They know he had a good game against Alabama, and they know he a rapper. They still stuck on the same 4 things. They don't know nothing about what he can play or not. He ain't been on the field. Not really. He was on the field at the start, but he ain't been on the field to make an impact to know and say, okay, we know kind of where we are with him. They don't know nothing with him. They know he got COVID. And according to the report, they know he came to training camp out of shape, which I don't understand that. But I'm not gonna say nothing about that yet. I'm gonna wait to training camp. Because you do know that after the rookie camp, after this little school, you do realize they get to go home. And if you ain't been practicing the right things, then okay, I'll leave it alone. All right. I'm enjoying the school thing that Coach McCarthy has in place. I hope that the guys are taking advantage of that. I just don't want the politics to take over like it has been. I hope these guys get a fair chance. Blake Jarwin deserves not Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz deserves a lot of play based on what we saw last year. Without Dak, and Dalton Schultz had a great year. Dalton Schultz should get a lot of time in tight end this year. Tight end, I'm sorry. Dalton Schultz should get some time this year because he's a threat. He played well enough. I'm not saying he's supposed to get before Jarwin. And here's another thing about Jarwin, okay? What did we learn about Dalton Schultz last year? Dalton Schultz came into the league from Stanford. He came in the league as a pretty good tight end who was known for blocking. In other words, he can block. But we found out last year he can catch. That sounds like a complete tight end to me. What do we know about Blake Jarwin? We know Blake Jarwin is a threat down the field. But we also know this about Blake Jarwin. He's not a great blocker. So you got a bigger threat in Jarwin down the field, but he can't block. And then you got, in my opinion, somewhat of a complete tight end that can do it all. Who's your starter? Or we just gonna say because we got Blake and he can run faster, he should be our starting tight end. I'm just saying, y'all. I got some questions, and I ain't marching to the beat of everybody else. I got some questions. I got some questions, and they haven't been answered yet, and I don't think they really are going to be answered until uh, later, much later, when we finally start getting closer to Tampa Bay, week 1. That's when the question. I mean, you got to keep in mind some of these guys are not even going to play preseason. Keep that in mind too. A lot of these guys are not going to play preseason football, and they shouldn't. Some of them should not. All right, I'm out. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. Hope you're having fun on this Juneteenth. If you're mad about Juneteenth, you just stay mad because really ain't nothing you can do about it. If you want to celebrate it well. If you got a problem with celebrating it, that's on you. And check your heart and look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself the reason why you're upset. And right then and there you'll get your answer of what your problem is. It is what it is. I will see you guys. Listen, one last thing. I've changed the time for Tuesday. As you know, the podcast comes on Tuesdays and Saturdays. I'm changing the time on from now on until you hear differently. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. You know, usually I come on at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, but on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Those that are on Podbean. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The Big Time Show podcast will be airing at that particular time instead of 7:30. Again, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Of course, I'll promote it through my Facebook pages and Twitter and everywhere else. But again, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. That's the new time. The Big Time Show podcast will be airing at that particular time. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Hope I ain't bore you too long. Have a good rest of the day. Hope you find your way to somebody's church tomorrow, whether that's in person or virtually. Hope that you guys will give God some time on tomorrow. And until then, listen, this is, without a doubt, the Big Time Show. Now, you already know what time it is. I'm out, but you know what time it is, right? Y'all know, because this is how we end it all the time. Now, if you're mad at me, and you're watching this replay, I don't know why you're mad, but if you are mad at me, just hang with me. If you're on Podbean, we leave a certain way from the Big Time Show podcast. You guys have got to do one thing for me and one thing only, and then I'll let y'all alone. As you can tell by now, I ain't scared. Y'all know that, right? I'm not scared. I say what need to be said. Y'all know that. You know that. Just like Juneteenth. I might as well go on in with this. Look. Let me say two things. If you have a problem with Juneteenth, and you know who you are, some of y'all may be looking at me right now, just ain't clicked in. If you're getting irritable, see folks leaving now. If you have a problem with Juneteenth, could it be? Let's get. Are you one of the ones that sided with the 14 Republicans who voted against the Juneteenth federal holiday? And if so, why? Are you one of the ones that don't like it? it make your skin itch. You know what I'm saying? That time it make your skin crawl. If you're one of those people, are you racist? Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. See, some folk don't know they racist until a certain situation comes up. They'll hide and not, just because they don't use the N word, they don't think that they're racist. You know, you don't have to say the N word to be racist. You can show a different way. The folks that voted against the Juneteenth holiday, that shows a little racism, whether you know it or not. Okay, y'all through. I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all. Okay. Yeah. I see it. I see you guys this Tuesday. Y'all better come on with me. 7 p.m. for the one and only. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Time Show.